Hello guys! Welcome back to another episode of a Tiny Glade video. I don't know why I call it an episode, but it's another Tiny Glade video. Um, we are going to be making a very beautiful lakeside inn today, because that is what the daily theme is today. I'm kind of like building these ahead of time because they have so much time before it actually changes to the next theme, but here we are in an autumn themed map. And I kind of have a vision as to how I want this inn to look like. And I definitely want to start by raising the land a little bit. And we're going to raise it from this side. This side looks good. And the rest of it's going to be kind of a large lake. So I'm going to go ahead and create a lot of space by building this up and making sure that every little bit is covered in this elevated land. So that way there's flat spots here. And some trees can also be picked up as well. That's fine. And that looks good for now. And we can adjust it later. And I'm just gonna raise it up. Make it a steep cliff side on this side. And we're gonna raise it up. Not too tall, maybe not like that, but at least something like this. Now, the next part is we're going to add the water, which is going to be the lake part. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the time of day. I'm going to lock it in place so that way I can at least see a little bit better, because it will get dark at night. So I want to make sure that I can see what I'm doing. Let's make a big brush here. And we're going to just go all the way across here. And we're going to make a large lake. Large lake that extends far out. Something like this. And I think what I could do is make sure that a lot of these trees are also not part of... They're not in the water. Only because... Looks a little silly, but at least we'll have still a tree line. That mostly covers the vision here, so that way, yeah. And I can put some more trees down if I want to, but we can have something like this. And I'll move some more trees over, and I'll plant some new ones too. Just that way they cover very densely forested here. But we have something like this. Something just like this, and I think this looks really nice. I kind of want to go in just slightly more here. Get really on that edge there with this cliff side. So that way we have something like this. Okay. So now the next thing is we're actually going to get to the building part. So this is going to be quite a long building, and I'm probably going to extend it out as far as it can go. Just like this, and I'm going to move it somewhat right there. We're going to take another one of these squares, we're going to make it small, place it here, flatten this, go down, go all the way across, and we're going to bring it out. Now, I don't want this to... I want this to kind of overhang a little bit, and I'm going to change this by using wood so that we have a nice railing going on here. And I'm just going to lift it up. I think it might actually look good if it was something like this, and we bring it out. Yeah, something like that. Kind of a big, like a patio, I guess you could call it. And I'm definitely going to get rid of the plants here by painting a path, because it just helps in this case. It's not going to affect this at all here, but there we go. just like that. I think I can bring this down enough where it doesn't look awkward in this corner, but we still have a support there. Kinda wish there was one here, but that's okay. It's fine. I'm gonna extend this out. I'm bringing this up just a little bit. And we're gonna bring this here. And what I could do to make up for this too, because there's two things here that I want to put here. So this is the first one, the first block. Make sure that it's in here enough, just like that. And make sure that these are made out of wood as well, so that we have a nice, this nice kind of roof going on here. Bring it out forward somewhat, like this. And we're going to curve these roofs too, just like that. And this is going to go on the same side here too. Except, yeah, we're going to bring it all the way down here, so where it's on the ground actually. Same height as this roof for now too. Whoa, look at that! That looks pretty cool. But not what we're going for. Yeah, keep something like this here. Make the roof actually really tall. Much taller like this. And then the next thing, another square. Flatten it out like this. Except I might... I'll get to that in a minute. Because I'm definitely thinking of putting like a overhang here. I don't know if I wanted to consider it an awning or if I want it to be just something else. I want to make sure this kind of extends all the way, just like that. It might look better this way, but it would look awkward looking like that. So maybe something like this. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we have to bring this back here so that way it connects with the roof. And I'll have to bring these in too, so that way the roof does not go in there like that. And then I'll adjust the bottom here, so that way it's even with it, just like that. That looks pretty good, I think. Honestly, I kind of like that. And what I'll do is I'll make it the same height as this here. Oh, that looks so nice. Now we can have some side rooms as well, because I think that having some... I don't want it completely flat on the sides, because it just looks weird if we just keep it flat like this. So there's two things I'm thinking about. Well, one is I want to make this look a little bit more fancy. So we're going to add some corner towers here, so it looks a little less boxy. And I'm going to make these slightly bigger, and I really wish that there was like a copy and paste feature. That would make things really nice, I think. Those are roughly the same size, I think. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm gonna bring this out just slightly more. Okay, we'll say that those are... We'll say that that's even there. I think that's as good as I'm going to get it, but I do want to make these a little bit taller. Just so that way they look like this. Yeah. And part of me is wanting to maybe fix this slightly by going in with the water here and kind of exposing some of the underneath bit here. So the lake kind of goes underneath here. And this will mean I can get rid of this path here, just like that. And maybe re-implement a path here so that way it gets rid of that. There we go. That looks good. Gotta make sure that this isn't like just sinking into the ground underneath, because it'd just look weird if it sticks out like that. But I think that looks cute. Looks really nice, because it's kind of like a patio slash balcony. Yeah, that looks good. We're going to change the color of it, don't worry, but I definitely just want to focus on the main bits of this building first. So I'm going to put this a little bit off center, where it meets halfway here. Since we have this rounded bit, the center, at least from this perspective, is now here. And I definitely want to bring this out. I don't want to turn it. I want to bring it out like this. And this will go... This will face this direction, because the way that I'm going to use this is lower this bit here to roughly that size, and just pull this in, just like that, but then extend it out to where this edge meets to the circular tower here, and this edge just about meets up with the corner, although you could see how it kind of pokes through the roof there, so we might need to adjust that a bit and curve this roof too. Just like that. So we have something that looks like this. And I want to do just enough to where this roof isn't sticking out. Just like that. When you have it on that side, you can't really see it that much, but it actually looks pretty good. Now, if I were to flip it this way, we have something like this, which doesn't look that bad either, but I'd want to go with something different, and we go like this instead. I think that looks good. And then we can do the same thing on this side, where we just extend these out like this. Make sure that this reaches the edge here. Curve this. Bring it down. Extend it out. Lower. Lower it to that. And I think this needs to be lowered to there as well. Probably meeting the roof with that wooden bar, or that wooden strut right there. Same thing with this one. Gonna make sure that the top of the roof, yeah, so it goes in like this. Then we lower it to here. Alright. And I'll extend this out just a little bit more. There we go. Something like that. And I think that's roughly the same size. So there we go. All right. Now the last thing to do is obviously putting another patio, or whatever you want to call it, basically front entrance way, which will extend this out all the way to here and to here, which pretty much, yeah, that's actually perfect. And I want to bring this out quite a bit. And I'm also going to add a rounded bit that's centered, flatten it, bring it all the way down, and just make it really big like this. Just like that. That looks really nice. That looks really, really good. I really wish there was a way where I can select the roof here and bring it out more than where it is. I mean, that would be so lovely, I think. That would be so nice. All right, so the next couple things we're going to do is we're going to change the color. We want it to be nice and, I mean, it's vibrant now, but I think it would look better in a different color. And I think we can go with something, go with the white here, but really, let's go with something a little bit more, I want to say colorful, but there's not really too much color to choose from. So I think maybe something, we can go with stone. Maybe not the orange stone, because I don't want to go with the orange, really. So we can go with maybe the gray stone, something like a light gray. Something like this. And we'll see how that looks once all these are turned into this color. And the wood framing is also going to change color too. So don't worry about that. Same with the roof too. It's not going to stay the same like this. And I think to make it more cozy, we're definitely going to go with the darker wood. So I'm just going to go ahead and select these here. All the way around. Every single one gets the dark wood. Make sure that each and every bit is the same color. Just like that. And I could technically not have these have the wood frames on it, since they're just towers, but I think it looks good with the way that this is built. And the roof color, we're going to change this to a brown as well. There needs to be more, because this is like greenish brown, when like I was hoping the whole roof would be brown, sort of similar to this. I understand what they're going for, but I kind of like, I would definitely prefer more solid colors, but I'm sure they're going to add a better, like more palette colors soon. Because it's probably one of the major priorities is probably that, so. Yeah, this looks really cozy. All right, so the next thing we need to do is put in the doors and windows. So the door in the back, there's two doors I'm thinking, two ways of putting these doors. So I can either put it directly in the middle like this and just make it a bigger door where it's double door, which I think looks really cute. Or I could put a door in the middle of each side here, and they come out on either side to come out here. But these corners could also be used for like a sitting area, which I think would be nice. So I'm gonna go with the middle door, and we're just gonna replace those doors as a test with windows. Now the windows, which I really hope that they come out with rounded windows at some point. I'm gonna go with just the regular square windows. I think these are nice. These are definitely nice windows. I like them a lot. Put one here. And I think I'll combine these two together and put them more aligned with the center of where this porch is. So like that, and then we do the same here. Wonder if there's a thing where I can actually have like a chair or something in here. All right, there we go. There's a chair. And can I get a chair here? Give me a chair. There we go. Oh, it's a bench. Kind of sticks out there, but that works. That's fine. That looks good. And I think to match the color of the wood as well, we're gonna go with a little bit of a darker wood for each window and door that we place. All right, so the second floor, obviously, there's not really a view to look out from. It's more of a, unless you're in these rooms that are back here. But you definitely get a view. You could just, it's like a communal patio where you could just look out onto the lake there. And I will say that obviously there's probably like 2 floors here, and then up here is a 3rd floor for people to be part of. And what I will say is probably this part here could be like the best suite in the entire inn, as this window here just kind of looks out through all of it. I think that just looks really nice. And what I'll do is I'll add even more windows. Add one here. Add one there. Oh, that looks really pretty. I love that. It's cute. Alright, so yeah, big old window that can look out to there. And then we also want to put some windows here. At least one right there. I might lower this a bit. Trying to make it the same level as these windows here. Which is kind of hard to tell from these angles, but I'm gonna predict that it's right there. Put a flower bed right in front of it. There we go. Oops. There we go. Just like that. And then the same for the front here. Just like that. And then, just like the back, we'll do the same with the front, where we create the double doors. Have them right down the middle, or as middle as we can get it. And just continue with our windows here. Making windows kind of like that. Although, I think just making them flush with the bottom here would be nice too. And this is going to mimic the bottom as well. I may actually go with single windows here on this part, as this needs to match kind of the top, but it'll also be centered. There we go. It looks really nice, I think. And then we'll change the wood color as well. Just make sure we go over these. I'm gonna keep the light color yellow because just for like an inn, it wouldn't make sense to have like red light, green light, blue light, or yellow, or not yellow, purple, purple light. I think where it is right now is fine the way it is. All right, so far so good, so let's keep going. Now the thing about these parts here that sit flush to the ground is that with these here, which I forgot to change the color of this to the light, there we go, just like that, and the wood color as well. There we go. Now the thing with these is that they're flush with the ground, so I have to raise them a little bit higher than what they normally would look, unless I actually put the whole thing flush to the ground itself. So luckily, a good measurement is this support right here, this wooden beam. So I just need to do that, and there we go. Easy peasy. And then the same thing for this as well, this side. which I think I'll put 2 double windows here next to each other. Just like that, and make sure that they're just about even with each other. Yeah. Thing is like, there's not really much snapping going on with these, other than them just being placed on the wall. So that right there. Okay. It's gonna have to be the same, so it just sits right there. Beautiful. Alright, now for the same side. Which that is definitely a little bit wider. Yeah, more like that. I like the vines that go on the windows too when I put them down. Even on the walls too, it's really nice. This has to be lowered to there. Raise the roof. Just like that. Alright. I did not change these roofs here. Brown, brown, and for these, yeah, definitely more curved roofs like that. I definitely want to make them a little bit taller too. There we go. Alright, now for the towers themselves, which I think just one window will do the job on these open bits between wooden beams, so. And that'll be extra. That'll be high up there compared to these other windows here. And then the same goes for this side, although this one is not as centered, so it's going to be more. That one's actually touching the corner, just like that. And then last one. Oops. There we go. Oh, that's nice. I like that there. That's really cute. Alright, so that is not everything yet, because there's just a couple more things I want to do first. So the next thing I can do on this is create a path. Now, I don't want the stairs going all the way around this half circle here. I want them to actually go up this side. So I want to be careful here. So like that. And sorry, all these bushes and plants in the way. Just make sure I get this around here, but not to where the stairs are going to start forming at this part. Like that. So I want to be careful there. Oops, and that's the problem. If I keep painting one stroke, then it's gonna mess up the whole thing. So I just want to be careful here. So I want to do this in maybe multiple strokes. Alright, so I have the path in place now, where it looks like this, which I think looks really nice. And I definitely want to decorate a little bit more of this area, as it is very barren with trees, at least on top of this high part. So I want to just relatively just place some trees here and there, just around the area. That way there's at least some form of shade and some beauty that can be beholden here at this inn. Alright, so the next thing is I want to raise some trees here in this spot because we still need a way down because look how steep it is here. So what I want to do is take this piece again, this terrain manipulator, and just kind of manipulate the terrain in a way where it's a safe place to get down from. Just a nice path. And I think to do that would be to grab this and kind of terraform it to where it's a smooth. Either we could do a steep incline like this where it's kind of sharp. Or we could do more of a smooth hill. But I think this is nice. So what I can do is take this, create a big path going down. Just like that. And alter this in the way where we can utilize, which doesn't seem to do it or want to do it. Unless it's like this. And then we have, oops. Like this or this too, which that works. That actually works pretty well. And the last thing is I would definitely want to line this with some flowers. The path going down. Just make it big enough to where it's, you know, not too skinny, but not too big either. Just like that. And then we can do the same for this side too. So we cover so it stops there. Like that, and then go back. There we go. I'm going to keep them the basic flowers only because I think it just looks good that way, I think. There we go. And I said that was the last thing, but it really isn't. Because the actual last thing is lining this with lights. Because we need lights and chimneys too, which didn't think it was going to cross my mind, but it finally did, thankfully, because we need chimneys. So at least one there, and one there. Make sure that I move these in the right place. Again, like the snapping thing, I really wish that it could exist, or at least like a mirror or something that could help with it. There. And then we can change this to something to match the roof more. And I could technically combine more of these together. Or it's just more than just two, or more than one. So it's more like this, and then the same side on this here. Obviously keeping the same color scheme, just like that. Yeah, that's nice. And then we can add some flags to the tops of these. Ooh, and we could also do the same for here too. Yeah, right there, and right there. I'm gonna do, I like the moon. The moon's nice. And the color, nothing too dark, but nothing too bright either. I think this red's good, because I like the red and yellow. The red and yellow is good with that. Then I can do the same here, where we have this, that there. And bring this to the middle here too. And then do the same color scheme for each one. Red. Yeah. Oh, that's so pretty. And then obviously up here, same color scheme, except gotta make sure that they're the same flag. Same goes for these two. There we go. And then the front can also benefit from these flags as well. Just go all the way from the top here. Or I could start from right here instead, just like that. Oops, and then change it to the moon there too. Might look better if it was actually up here. Yeah. That looks good. Now for some lights. Can fit a light right there, and right there. And a light here, and a light there. And I may want to do one there. And now for some pathing lights. I'll just place them down and then adjust them accordingly. Which, there's a trick that I saw, because this is on the same level. But I think it'd be, yeah, it'd be too short. So, let's have them face the same direction. Or at least oppose each other. Just kind of like intervals, like kind of a zigzag in a way. There we go. Make sure that they're on the edge too, so that way it covers the most of the path here. These ones here, these can be the same. They can face the same direction. And I may want to put lights here too. One there, and then one in the middle. Like that. Oh, that looks so good, guys. I love it. That is so pretty. I think it turned out really, really well. And I hope you guys did enjoy this too. These builds take a long time to do, so I hope you watched all the way through to the very end. If you did, I really appreciate it. But if you have any suggestions for any other builds I should do, let me know in the comments down below. Because I definitely would love to hear feedback, as well as any ideas you guys may have over what you want to see me build next time. And we'll be doing more daily themes as well. Oh, look how pretty that is. That is gorgeous. beautiful. Alright, well, if you did enjoy this, be sure to leave a like if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate that. And don't forget to hit subscribe as well, because that lets me know that you guys enjoy the content on the channel and would like to see more. I've been Savvy. Oh, I'd like to give a shout out to my friends Gabe and Barry Medley for being members of the channel, and you can become a member too by hitting the join button down below. I've been Savvy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. See you later.